Good evening to all distinguished guests.
So you were with the delegation today. First of all, about the importance of really teaching and telling the story on the field, on the scene.
Information is not everything in understanding. Today, with big data and machine learning, artificial intelligence, people are pretending to think that everything is just about information. Information in mathematics is everything. 2 plus 2 is 4. This is an information. To understand a phenomena, to understand a battlefield, to understand what are necessary conditions for defensible borders of a state like Israel without getting the concrete feeling, to get the smell of the field, you cannot begin to get the first step of understanding.
Now, that sounds like a military person speaking, right? The smell of the field. What are your thoughts, militarily speaking, when we talk about the peace plan, the deal of the century that's coming? I don't know how much we can influence from here, but we have many viewers of Arutz Sheva there in Washington. So what is your message? What are your hopes regarding this deal?
First of all, we must bless the miracle that President Trump is brave enough to just create a great transition from the fixation of two-state solution with fixation to 67 borders. What was the last program, Clinton program, and Obama with John Kerry program is a disaster for Israel. Israel could not exist and could not really defend itself if we will have to withdraw to 67 borders and to bring a Palestinian state with the whole potential of Hamas equipment and Hezbollah equipment in a distance of mortars from Tel Aviv.
So what are your hopes from this upcoming deal? What can be done? Can anything be done, or is status quo the best way to go on?
Israel must insist about two basic conditions. One, Jerusalem must be united, and the unity of Jerusalem is not only the old city, it is to be a metropolitan. What it means? All the surrounding of Jerusalem, Jerusalem until Jericho, Jerusalem to Gush Etzion and to Bethel, this is the metropolitan district of Jerusalem. Without that, Jerusalem is a narrow corner at the end of the road from Tel Aviv.
Wow. Second important.
And the second important is Zone C. Without Zone C, all the settlements are settled in Zone C. All the military positions are in Zone C. That must be in Israeli hands, and it means IDF in itself is not enough. Soldiers without settlers are nothing. They are just collapsed in the future. That's the truth everywhere.
Why is that? Is that only motivationally speaking, or
no,
facts on the ground?
This was a basic truth that the Romans knows and the Americans knows, who made the great conquest to the West. The whole march to the West, going to the West in United States, the whole effort in Texas was made first of all by pioneers. And they are the only locals that could really create a kind of permanent settlements in the area. Without that, soldiers are coming and going.
Wow. Okay, so Gershon Cohen, General Gershon Cohen, thank you very much for joining us.
Just
another you wanted to mention something
Just
else.
something very important.
Okay.
I wrote a research analyzing why it is so necessary to keep this position in the whole considerations of the change of the phenomena of warfare in the 21st century. But speaking only from security point of view is not enough. Every time when I had meetings with American generals or other generals, I told them, listen, security is only means for an end. The end is not security. We didn't come here in order just to get security. The whole story of Zionism is not in order to get security. Jews are quite secured in Los Angeles. Security is not the story. Security is byproduct.
So what's the story?
The story is to come back to our fatherland with the whole prophecy of the Jewish prophets from the Bible. This is the main story.
And with that, we'll end this interview. Thank you very much for joining us.